Nikola Jokic is a player who seems to defy the laws of physics with his incredible talent and skill on the court. He is a player who can make flashy passes look effortless and can punish opponents with brute force at the basket. But what makes Jokic stand out from the other stars in the league? And how is he making a strong case for winning 3 straight MVP awards? In a recent game against the Charlotte Hornets, Jokic amassed an eye-popping stat line of 40 points, 27 rebounds, and 10 assists. This was the first time a player had compiled at least 35 points, 25 rebounds, and 10 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1968. Jokic set a Denver Nuggets record by grabbing 20 rebounds in the first half alone, despite some miscues. The NBA world simply had to adapt to the level Jokic is at nowadays, where even his off games are record-breaking. Even the Nuggets coach said he had no idea it was a game of that caliber. All he knew was that everyone was witnessing just another Nikola Jokic stellar performance. Jokic's dominance is not just limited to one game, as he followed it up with another incredible performance against the Memphis Grizzlies, the only team standing between the Nuggets and the best record in the Western Conference. Jokic completely dismantled Memphis by tossing out 13 assists, feeding his teammates as if he were Mary Poppins among birds, finishing with yet another triple-double and a 14-point victory. His performance is making a strong case for him to become the first NBA player to win 3 straight Most Valuable Player awards since Larry Bird did from 1984 to 1986 with the Boston Celtics. The only other players to do so were Wilt Chamberlain from 1966 to 1968 with the 76ers, and Bill Russell from 1961 to 1963 with Boston. His dominance has almost become a routine at this point. But it's far from just awards that set Jokic apart from other stars. Some players seem to defy the laws of physics with their athleticism, but Jokic is not fast, his vertical is more of a horizontal, and he isn't particularly muscular. He often looks winded with his shoulders sagging, although his conditioning has improved drastically over the past few seasons. Yet Jokic makes flashy passes look effortless and punishes opponents with brute force at the basket. When he shoots 3-pointers, he slowly winds up and casually flicks his wrist, as if basketball was there to interrupt his day. One of the most effective plays the Nuggets run involves Jokic catching the ball around the free throw line, leaving the entire court at his disposal. If a double team comes, Jokic casually finds shooters or cutters. If he is single-covered, Jokic simply backs down the defender or shoots over him. He doesn't move quickly, but he gets to where he needs to go, or makes sure the ball does. His footwork is just unbelievable. Nobody ever knows what he's going to do next. When he's on the court, Denver's offense is tying the league's best teams. But when he sits, well, it's the worst. Luckily, Gordon, Brown, KCP, and others are having great seasons, partly because of the shots Jokic has helped them create, but it's still something to mention. Jokic is leading the league in multiple advanced statistical categories for the 3rd straight season, and that's in large part because of his ruthless efficiency. He's averaging 24.7 points a game, and his true shooting percentage is whopping 68.8% at the time of making this video. No one has ever averaged 20 points per game with at least 69% true shooting for a season. It simply isn't something that just happens normally. Several players have won the MVP award twice in a row, but only few have won the following year, regardless them keeping up the great performance. But Jokic managed to do it twice, and there's an increasingly bigger chance he does it again. But whether he does it or not is almost besides the point. He's one of the best shows to watch, not just in basketball, but in all of professional sports.